What's going on, everybody? This is dkdynamite, and tonight we're going to be talking about the huge leak that turned out false for Modern Warfare 2, what's really coming in 2023, and even more. Definitely stay tuned. But before we jump into that, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below, because we're very close to 100,000 subscribers here on the main channel. Really appreciate it. Also drop a like and turn notifications on to stay up to date with everything going on in Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2, Warzone Mobile, and any other future Call of Duty as well. We did get some breaking news that Modern Warfare 2 has surpassed $1 billion in sales in its first 10 days, which makes it the fastest selling Call of Duty game of all time. This beats the record set by Black Ops 2 back in 2012, which took 15 days to reach that number. So over 1 billion matches have also been played here in MW2 multiplayer. Crazy milestone, and it really does set the tone for the remainder of the DLC cycle. The game is really popular, it's fun to make content on, and I just can't wait to see what the future does hold for the rest of Modern Warfare 2. Remember when I was talking about those year 2 rumors a couple of videos ago, where we addressed kind of a bit of a news roundup as to what looks like is going to be the future for Modern Warfare 2 DLC. We first have got that rumor that there's going to be a greatest hits map pack dropping, as first reported by the Ghost of Hope, backed up by other gaming insiders out there. And when I first saw that report, I was thinking, well, look at the DLC model for the last couple of years. We get free maps now, so how could they find the way to charge for a greatest hits map pack? Because I don't think they'll just drop a big pack like that all at once. I really don't think so. And Jason Schreier, another gaming insider, did go ahead and say that campaign DLC was indeed coming to the game, and that whatever premium paid Call of Duty content's coming in 2023 is just an expansion to Modern Warfare 2. You could even look at the claim from Ralph not too long ago that apparently a full-fledged year 2 is happening in place of a new Call of Duty title. And I do think Modern Warfare 2 will get support next year, and definitely more support than what MWII and Cold War got during the second years of those games' life cycles. I mean, look at Cold War just recently. It got a couple of extra maps, a bunch of weapons, tons of bundles, playlist updates, a super Easter egg. MWII didn't get too much, but it did get a couple of extra maps, weapons, a few bundles here and there. So those games got something because of the success that those games had during their first years of support. So I think MW2 will follow suit with that, no doubt about that, but I don't think that'll be in place of an entirely new Call of Duty altogether. So I never really had a reason to believe that we wouldn't get a new game in 2023. It just looks like it is confirmed, though, that Treyarch's new Black Ops game is still delayed until 2024. But then all of a sudden, out of nowhere today, we got the breaking news that Activision's new financial release seems to confirm that there is a new full premium COD title coming in 2023. The exact quote is, "There are plans for next year, including the most robust Call of Duty live operations to date, the next full premium release in the blockbuster annual series." Look at that. I mean, that is full-fledged confirmation from Activision that there is a premium paid release from Call of Duty coming next year, and it does say the next full premium release. So that just tells me it is a new game, not just a giant DLC pack from Modern Warfare 2. But then we got this follow-up tweet from the man himself, Jason Schreier, again, who says, "Man, you keep falling for the same PR language. It's a continuation of Modern Warfare 2. It's called a full premium release because they're probably going to market and sell it as a $70 game with new single and multiplayer content, but it's more Modern Warfare 2. But the thing about that, right, is I don't think he's taken into account how COD HQ works. Looking at the main menu of Modern Warfare 2, having a seamless transition from the base paid game to Warzone 2, I think the same thing will apply to whatever this 2023 project is. Even if it is a Modern Warfare spinoff of sorts, it still is its own game. I'm comparing this to maybe Miles Morales, a Spider-Man spinoff that came out a couple of years ago. That was its own game, but shorter than the original. It was a spinoff and a continuation, but still its own entity that was built using the same assets, and I think that's what this 2023 project is. I don't think it's just more Modern Warfare 2. To creatively sell it as a $70 game and a new Call of Duty at that, I don't think they could just say that it's extra DLC for Modern Warfare 2 that's going to cost you the same price as a new Call of Duty title. So before we even continue, I do want to address what people have been saying about this rumor, that essentially it sounds like a $70 DLC for Modern Warfare 2. The way I look at it is this: whatever the project is, as I'm going to go in more detail with later in this commentary, the project sounds like just a game that is on the Modern Warfare engine, so it may feel or look like Modern Warfare 2, but it's not necessarily a expansion to Modern Warfare 2 in the sense that it's a part of the same game. I mean, if they went ahead and said you have to own Modern Warfare 2 to play this pack, then you can call it an expansion, but It's like I mentioned with Miles Morales, that's a spin-off game that you can buy separately. You didn't have to own the original Spider-Man PS4 game to play that new campaign. Leaker The Ghost of Hope then said the following: Call of Duty's new cycle for content and premium games in collaboration with Ralph, Modern Warfare 2 major expansion to fill for 2023 COD with new strategy, Sledgehammer, and several other studios developing paid premium DLC content. So I'd be careful with following any leaks out there, as I always say, especially when it comes from Ralph, but that's kind of what the consensus is amongst these big leakers. And then Ghost followed up by saying Activision's in talks of having COD operate under a TikTok cycle going forward. No, not the TikTok app. Tick year 1 equals new premium title, significant engine updates, building a storyline. TOC year 2 equals paid premium DLC content, continuing the story, leading game into the next tick. So I like how that sounds, or essentially the TOC or the year 2 update is a spin-off type of game that builds upon the premium game from the previous year, but it still is a separate game altogether. That's the way I look at it. So if I had to guess how that would look for a new Treyarch Black Ops game, I would say Black Ops 2024 would come out, and then in 2025 we end up getting some type of a spin-off Treyarch game that continues that Black Ops thread, has its own multiplayer, has its own zombies of sorts, but it's still a separate entity from Black Ops 2024. But then things got even weirder with confirmation that Sledgehammer Games is developing the paid content expansion for Modern Warfare 2 releasing in 2023, according to Jason Schreier. The expansion will have a lot of content and most likely will be $70. Treyarch's next game is still coming in 2024. So that begs the question, right? Is that what Sledgehammer was working on, since they clearly gave up on Vanguard after, let's say, Season 1? No disrespect to the devs that worked on Vanguard, but it just looks like the idea and content plan for the Vanguard post-launch season really faded away after the first season. It just looked like whatever plan they had for updates in that game just didn't see a light of day, and that was very noticeable after at least the second season. So maybe that's where their focus was. I've always said that ever since, Vanguard Season 2, Season 3, I was saying that Sledgehammer's focus definitely wasn't on that game and was somehow placed elsewhere, but it's been rumored for years Sledgehammer was working on a free-to-play Call of Duty title of sorts, and since we know next year's game isn't free-to-play, maybe they either shifted work onto this new project, or whatever they were working on previously that wasn't Vanguard got turned into whatever this 2023 Modern Warfare spinoff is. Now, another issue with that is Sledgehammer's rep as of right now after Vanguard isn't the greatest, so I do wonder how they'll market Sledgehammer's return to pumping out new Call of Duty content. I mean, the thing is, you can consider whatever that game is a Modern Warfare 2 spinoff, sure, but it still is a new Call of Duty title, so to speak, and since Sledgehammer's rep isn't the greatest, will that impact the sales of this project? But are they going to kind of piggyback off of Modern Warfare 2's success to make sure this sells? I'm not saying Sledgehammer should go back to a support studio, but like I said a couple of weeks ago, I think their best bet to winning the community's trust back is doing an Advanced Warfare 2, or something that would be much more popular than a World War II title, or just another Call of Duty game that would be far too controversial to resonate with hardcore Black Ops or Modern Warfare fans. Now, this follow-up tweet does mean a lot, as it says, for anyone who is expecting straight up 12 seasons of Modern Warfare 2 post-launch content, forgot that Activision will literally lose at least $1 billion a year by not releasing a $70 game, and money equals everything. So that was fairly obvious. The thing about this, though, was I did picture maybe 12 seasons of content for this game, while a new Call of Duty still released alongside that. I think looking at Modern Warfare 2's success right now in terms of numbers, the player count, sales, I do think that 12 seasons is warranted, and you guys probably are agreeing with the idea that we should get 12 seasons instead of a new Call of Duty from Sledgehammer next year. But if that next project is indeed some type of Modern Warfare 2 spinoff, then technically Modern Warfare 2 is getting a second year of support. It's just going to cost a little bit of money. Now, let's combine a couple of rumors that we've got over the last year about what 2023 might entail. So if Sledgehammer is working on this post-launch content and it is single-player DLC, then it does look like Sledgehammer is probably working on a Modern Warfare 2 spin-off campaign of sorts, if that's really what it is. I don't think Infinity Ward would have had enough time to come out with another full-fledged campaign, since they are hard at work with Warzone 2, DMZ, other modes out there, so that kind of makes sense. Looking at the Greatest Hits map pack that's been rumored, I think the multiplayer for whatever that game is probably just a bunch of remastered multiplayer maps, likely all from MWII 2009 or from some other Black Ops experiences. There's even a rumor about maybe some other Sledgehammer maps from the past coming back, so the multiplayer for this 2023 game might just be remastered content, and I'm cool with that because it'll kind of be a year off anyway, since Treyarch's new Black Ops Ops game, which is the game that I think really does come after Modern Warfare 2, that's getting delayed by a year. So I think 2023 will still kind of be a filler-like experience, but with a campaign slapped onto it to justify $70. But you then also have the rumor from Ralph a little while back that Treyarch was working on a free-to-play zombies project or something of that nature. So what if Treyarch is working on something zombies related, and maybe it's not too big, but something zombies related that could fit in this 2023 project to kind of keep zombies fans going with something until their actual new Black Ops game is ready in 2024. So the next 2023 project could actually have campaign, multiplayer, and zombies, but at the very least, we do know it does have a single player and a multiplayer experience. And I still think whatever happens in 2023, even if Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer stops getting support and instead the focus is put towards that 2023 Call of Duty with whatever that multiplayer is, Warzone 2 and DMZ will still likely see a lot of support. I mean, hell, we already have rumors that Treyarch's doing their own Warzone 2 map when their Black Ops game comes out in a couple of years from now. So I think without a doubt, the whole Call of Duty HQ application that exists right now at the Modern Warfare 2 menu, that's important to keep in mind because that's going to be the bridge between the gap of all future Call of Duties going forward, at least right now. I think before with the integrations in Warzone 1, those were kind of last minute, a bit buggy. They made it work, but I think now they have the integrations in mind and exactly how they're going to work for the next couple of years. Now, this once again is a prime example of why I say to take all rumors with a grain of salt, because when it comes to a rumor as big as a Modern Warfare 2 Year 2, all I've been seeing the past couple of months is just people saying, oh my god, we got 2 years of competitive MW2 multiplayer, 2 years of support for the game, thank god, blah, blah, blah. And I've always looked at those tweets and just scratched my head saying, where was that really confirmed? Because the people out there that have really claimed a proper Year 2 is happening have been wrong time and time again. I know they've gotten some things correct, I'm fully aware of that and I've reported on it, but that was one of those rumors that I found a little too good to be true in a sense, and the fact that it wasn't something that was confirmed when the game was revealed had me thinking that they probably would have revealed by now that MW2 is a 2-year game. I mean, look at Black Ops 4 with the pre-reveal event for that game's multiplayer, Blackout and Zombies. They said right from the get-go that was a multi-year game. Obviously, plans changed, budget got cut, Treyarch had to work on Cold War, but at one point in time, they did have a full-fledged plan to support that game for years, whereas with Modern Warfare 2, they haven't confirmed that at all. And as the Ghost of Hope said, Activision is a business at the end of the day, and if we're going to continue to get 2-year life cycles on premium COD games, they need to make up annual revenue somehow besides microtransactions and the Battle Pass. And what he personally heard is that Year 2 is paid content with campaign DLC and MW 2009 maps, etc., consistent with the claims from Jason Schreier. But if you look at a recent claim from Ghost of Hope, that was a couple of weeks ago, I think, he did say that MW2 was not developed with 2 years of support in mind, whereas Treyarch's next game is. So that could explain maybe what Activision's plan is going forward. Maybe they want to have 2-year life cycles for Call of Duties, but MW2 isn't the game to do that for some reason, even though, like I've said on Twitter, MW2 by the end of the year will be the most action-packed and content-packed Call of Duty of all time, with multiplayer, Warzone 2, DMZ, Spec Ops, raids, even more. So it does suck in a sense that MW2 won't be supported for 2 years, but I think this expansion coming in 2023 will likely make up for that since it is connected to Modern Warfare 2 anyway. And either way, people shouldn't forget that the 20-year anniversary of Call of Duty is coming up next year, so it's kind of poetic to get a bit of a celebration slash spin-off release featuring remastered maps or a bonus campaign or something that's kind of an extension to the last Call of Duty. It makes sense to see that to celebrate the 20-year anniversary, so I'm not really surprised that Sledgehammer is leading that, since clearly they've been working on something behind closed doors for quite some time, and everybody noticed that once Vanguard support really fell off. But that is about it. This has been dkdynamite. Leave our thoughts down below in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the confirmation, essentially, that a Year 2 for Modern Warfare 2 isn't happening, and how are you feeling about Sledgehammer leading a potential Modern Warfare 2 spinoff in 2023? Really hope you've enjoyed, and peace out, everybody.